Every bowl begins as earth, soft, uncertain, waiting to be shaped. But what happens when the hands that shape it make a mistake? Do they start over, or do they learn to love what remains? We spend so much of life trying to hide the cracks, forgetting that even light can only enter through what's open. This is the story of a potter, a bowl, and the quiet grace of imperfection. In a mountain village where mornings smelled of clay and rain, an old potter named Sora lived alone beside her kiln. Her hands were weathered, skin lined like riverbeds, and each day she shaped earth into something gentle. She believed that her craft was her prayer. Every curve, every line was a whisper between her and the soil. But among all her creations, there was one bowl she could never love. It had cracked during firing, a long silver vein running through its side. When she lifted it from the kiln that morning, she whispered, "Even after all this care, you broke." The bowl said nothing, only caught a ray of sunlight and held it trembling. Sora set it aside. She told herself she'd fix it one day, but days became seasons. Dust gathered on its rim, like time quietly closing a wound. One stormy night, the mountain roared. Lightning split the sky. The kiln doors shook. Shelves tumbled. Pots shattered. When morning came, the workshop was chaos. Shards glittered across the floor like fallen stars. Among the ruins, only one bowl remained, the cracked one. Sora lifted it with shaking hands. The crack was still there, but somehow the bowl had endured. She smiled sadly. "So even the broken learn how to survive," she whispered. She filled it with water to wash her hands, but as she walked outside, drops leaked through the crack, falling in a soft trail behind her. Days later, tiny green shoots appeared along that path, life born from what was once a flaw. Sora knelt beside them, heart trembling. "You gave life while I gave up on you." Tears blurred her eyes. She touched the petals gently, and for the first time in years, she laughed, a sound fragile as porcelain, but whole in its own way. Weeks passed. Every morning, Sora filled the cracked bowl and walked slowly from her kiln to the stream. Wherever the water spilled, flowers followed, red, yellow, blue. Her path became a garden, and slowly the village noticed. People began to visit. They smiled, saying her flowers gave peace to tired hearts. But Sora only looked at the bowl, small, imperfect, and quietly radiant. One evening, a young apprentice arrived. "Master," she said softly, "why keep that broken bowl? Surely you can make something flawless." Sora smiled, eyes shimmering in firelight. "My dear, this bowl taught me something no perfect pot ever could. It showed me that love doesn't need perfection to be real. It only needs space to flow through." She held the bowl toward the setting sun. The crack caught the light, glowing like a thread of gold. "If you can love what's imperfect," she whispered, "you can love the world." We spend so much time trying not to break. But what if breaking is how we grow softer, more human, more kind? The potter's bowl didn't hold water perfectly, but it held the world differently. It watered flowers, and in doing so became part of life itself. Your cracks are not your shame. They are your doorway to empathy, your reminder that you were shaped by both fire and love. So when you see your reflection and notice what isn't flawless, smile, because the world doesn't need perfect hands. It needs honest ones. If this story found its way into your heart tonight, remember, you are not broken. You are becoming. Every scar, every flaw is just clay, remembering the fire that made it strong enough to shine. And if this whisper brought you calm, leave a light for us. A like, a subscribe, a soft reminder that this little world still matters. I'm Cece, and this is Whispered World, where stories breathe softly and hearts find their calm.